This week in the headlines, Ramaphosa once again places the ANC above South Africa. R500 million of COVID-19 funds still missing, and the second part of the Zondo Commission's report was released. In a leaked audio recording, President Ramaphosa admits that the ANC often uses public money for ANC political campaigns. And for those who still believe that this president puts country before party, I'd like you to listen to this.
Investigations will reveal that a lot of public money was used. And I said in this case, I am prepared to fall on the sword so that the CR17 campaign, yes, should be the only one that's looked at and not the others. Because the image of the African National Congress is what I am most concerned about. Each one of us knows that quite a bit of money that is used in campaigns, in bussing people around, in doing all manner of things, is often from state resources and public resources. And we cannot kid ourselves when it comes to that.
For the first time, we hear exactly how the ANC used public funds to fund a political campaign. But perhaps what is most shocking is that the president admits that public money, yes, your money, has been used as the ANC's private ATM for decades. But don't take my word for it. Listen.
Soon they will be revealing about how money from the SSA was used for some campaigns. And I said, heaven forbid. I would rather they say, yes, you got money from this businessman for CR17, than for the public to finally hear that their money, public money, was used to advance certain campaigns.
This audio recording blows out the water the notion that there's a good ANC and a bad ANC. Ultimately, the ANC is one rotten organization. In any other country, these comments by President Ramaphosa would lead to his immediate impeachment. It is clear from these recordings that the culture of corruption is so deeply embedded in the DNA of the ANC, and it is truly an irredeemable organization. It has been reported that valuable records stored at Parliament have been damaged or destroyed in the fire earlier this year. Now, these records date back to 1910 and have significant legal and historical significance to us all. However, Parliament claims that these documents have been successfully digitized and backed up. Well, Parliament, show us the backups. We want to see that, in fact, these records have been stored successfully. The Special Investigating Unit's report into the theft of COVID-19 funds has now been released. This report has found that over R500 million still needs to be accounted for, and this figure is likely to increase as investigations continue. The theft of COVID-19 funds is perhaps the most reprehensible, as these funds were meant for PPE and other life-saving equipment during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is now up to the NPA to make sure that they start to prosecute those who are guilty. We want to see corrupt politicians behind bars. The Acting Chief Justice Raymond Zondo released Part 2 of the State Capture report. This section of the report deals with and reveals damning evidence of corruption and blatant abuse of power at two SOEs, Transnet and Denel. ANC ministers and enablers of state capture Len Brown and Malusi Gigaba have been implicated. The DA will work hard to ensure that this is not just another report that collects dust, and that those who are responsible end up behind bars. And last but certainly not least, after sustained pressure from the DA highlighting the harm that rotational schooling has had on learners, national government has finally relented and dropped the damaging policy this week. For too long, learners have been kept out of the classroom without substantial scientific evidence to support this policy. We welcome the end of rotational schooling because we know that getting children back into the classroom is essential if South Africa is to have any future at all.